The one constant with today's data centers is continual change as customers push the limits of business and its underlying technology. To keep pace, a highly flexible and efficient data center is required, one that supports scalable Layer 2 networks for high-performance computing, or HPC, virtualization, resource pooling, and workload flexibility. Today, deploying Layer 2 domains is hampered by spanning tree limitations, which block links to avoid network loops. This blocking limits scalability, creates bandwidth restriction, and can cause application disruption when converging around failed links. To maximize stability and scalability in a spanning tree environment, IT deploys smaller, Layer 2 domains with Layer 3 boundaries. However, to scale virtualization and HPC applications requires larger Layer 2 domains to maintain server connectivity in the same VLAN. Cisco FabricPath addresses the scaling limitations of spanning tree and helps enable the next generation of scalable and dynamic data centers. Cisco FabricPath is an NX-OS innovation that combines the simplicity of Layer 2 Ethernet with the scalability and resiliency of Layer 3 routing. It eliminates the need for spanning tree, allowing you to build highly scalable Layer 2 Ethernet networks with active and forwarding links, a FabricPath switching system. In the FabricPath switching system, traffic is spread across all available paths, significantly increasing bandwidth. In the event of a link or switch failure, this multipathing ability automatically forwards packets over the remaining links. To ensure lowest end-to-end latency, server-to-server communications occurs over the shortest path available. FabricPath also simplifies operations, as switch ports are no longer limited to specific domains. You can now configure any port in any VLAN, on any switch, anywhere in the data center, significantly increasing deployment flexibility. FabricPath is highly scalable, meeting your growing bandwidth demands by letting you easily add links. Need more switching capacity? Simply add more switches. FabricPath automatically recognizes and adds new links and switches, simplifying operations. Let's take a closer look. FabricPath is an innovative Layer 2 routing technology. Each FabricPath switch acquires a unique MAC address, which is automatically distributed and maintained within a MAC routing table. Access switches learn the MAC addresses of all the hosts directly attached to it. When host A wants to communicate with host Z, host A sends an Ethernet frame to switch 5, which adds a FabricPath destination switch header and routes it across the Layer 2 FabricPath switching system. Switch 1 removes the header and the Ethernet frame is forwarded to host Z. With FabricPath, you can now build highly scalable, high-bandwidth fabrics. High-performance computing applications can take advantage of FabricPath's low-latency, shortest path, non-blocking designs for today's most demanding HPC cluster applications. Application deployment is greatly simplified. With FabricPath, VLANs can now be extended across the data center, allowing any application, on any server, anywhere in the data center. Applications are no longer tied to racks. They can be deployed on opposite ends of the data center just as easily as they could on servers in the same rack. Deploying a new application? Simply leverage any existing available servers, or add new server capacity anywhere in the data center without having to physically move racks and servers or make network changes. FabricPath and the Nexus 7000 series switches help enable the next generation dynamic data center, providing you the flexibility to deploy multiple network topologies today based on your application needs. Cisco FabricPath helps you maximize your data center flexibility, resiliency, and scalability for virtualization and HPC environments. It improves business agility and data center efficiency through workload flexibility, efficient resource utilization, and network simplification while paving the way for your cloud computing initiatives. To learn more about Cisco FabricPath, please visit us on the web